Hi, this is Mr. Shumway. This video clip explains how to work some problems about percentage that you might find on the ASVAB test. In a classroom of 20 students, 16 are male. What percent of the class is female? So 16 are male, so I'll do 20 minus 16 to find out how many are female. There's 4 females. So 4 out of the total, 20, is female. That would be 1/5, or your calculator will tell you 0.20 or 0.2, which is 20%. You move the decimal 2 places, and 20%. Camille uses a 21% off coupon when buying a sweater that costs $39.28. If she also pays 6% sales tax on the purchase, she pays how much? Well, 21%. Let's take our 100%. Let's subtract our 21%. And that gives us 79% is what she has to pay because she gets 21% off. So if I say 0.79 times the 39.28, that will tell me what she actually has to pay. Well, the calculator says $31.03. Well, we have 6% sales tax, so if I say, well, 1 plus the 0.06, that is 1.06. If I just multiply that by the 31.03, $32.89 is what the calculator says. So take the percent off first and then put the tax. Okay, so you just priced what it would cost to buy vinyl floor tiles at the local tile store. They quoted you $3.28 per tile. When you went home, you found the same exact tile for sale at an online outlet for $2.55 per tile. The tile store's quote is what percent more expensive than the online price? Well, let's find out the amount more. So let's say the $3.28, and let's subtract our $2.55, and that's a difference of 73 cents. And so 73 cents compared to $2.55. Calculator says 0.29. Well, that turns out to be 29%. Move the decimal 2 places after you find the decimal representation. Corey's average score after 7 tests is 90%. If he gets an 80% on his next test, what will his new average be? Well, let's find out how many. If we say 7 times 90%, we have 7 tests at 90% as an average anyways. That would give us 630 points. If we say there's 90 out of 100. And then if I add on 80 more, now I have 710. If I take my 710 and divide it by the new number of tests, now we have 8 tests. Let's find our average there, our new percentage. And that equals 0.8. Oh, that equals 88.75. So his new percentage would be 88.75%. So that dropped his percentage a little bit. Okay, you just went on a blind date. and wanted to impress the girl by adding a 17% tip to the total cost of the meal. 2 dinners came to a total of $33.81. The desserts cost $7.50 and the beverages cost $6.60. The 17% tip would be, well, let's add up our total. So we have $33.81, and we have $7.50, and we have $6.60. 6 and 5 is 11. 9. 6 is 13. 16, 17. So $47.91. So if I multiply that by 0.17, that tells me $8.14. So my tip will be $8.14 if I give a 17% tip. So those are just some of the types of questions you might see on the ASVAB relating to percent.